We're seeing more and more people come to us with seemingly complex problems. What they're telling us is that it's more to do with their experience at work. It's not necessarily to do with the incidents that they've seen. It's more to do with how things actually happen at work, their experience of going to work on a daily basis, perhaps not feeling as trusted as they might be at work or feeling as valued as they could be at work.
So we've raised the issue of culture in the fire service for many years, and we recognise a number of the comments made in recent inspection reports. But the truth is, we've had to rely on the media to expose these issues rather than the sector regulate itself.
Fire and rescue services nationally have taken their eye off the ball a little. There's a lack of diversity within the fire and rescue service, and particularly there's a lack of diversity at senior levels.
I think the lack of diversity breeds a lack of diversity. We have a saying, see it to be it, and currently the percentage of people from minority groups and women in the fire service is small.
There are also too many examples where our members don't feel respected or valued, which is causing further problems with regards to recruitment and retention of on-call staff.
And I think probably the overarching issue is around actually trust within the workplace.
It can be quite difficult, it's quite a tough thing to do, to open up yourself and your own feelings within the workplace. We need to ensure that people are comfortable in the workplace, they feel happy in that environment, and we get people to speak up and tell us how they feel.
We have been also actively involved in supporting the work with Nottingham Trent University in terms of mapping the health and wellbeing across the fire and rescue service, and some very interesting recommendations have coming out of that do link up health, wellbeing and the environment in which people are working.
Employers also need to provide the appropriate safe workplaces through awareness, education and training, including better personal management.
I think the overwhelming feedback is that people don't think there's an issue. The majority of the workforce don't feel there's an issue relating to culture, and because of that, poor behaviour goes unchallenged.
The British humour is not a sin, nothing to be ashamed of, but it does need to be managed appropriately so people know what is acceptable and what is not.
What's important for us as a fire service is we make sure that that culture, or the word banter, creeps into the context of culture, doesn't get out of hand and doesn't become something that's more sinister.
I think a lot of poor behaviour goes unchallenged as banter. People saying things but it was only banter, and therefore it's sort of left to slide. But that constant drip is what fuels culture within the fire service.
Employees and managers need to know what good looks like, what isn't acceptable, and the impact of poor behaviour on individuals and teams. So the Fire and Rescue Service is full of great people, and they need to be empowered and feel confident that they can challenge poor behaviour and that they will be supported by their senior managers and HR.
But it can't always be the people from the minority groups that are doing the challenging of that behaviour. All people need empowering.
Some of our beneficiaries have said that they have not wanted to raise any issues because they felt it might have an impact on their role. But I would say overall, I think there is a reduced stigma around talking about mental health issues across the fire and rescue service.
We've not had the investment some what the armed forces and the police have had over the years.
At the moment, with purse strings being tightened and budgets being cut, it's so important that EDI doesn't come at the bottom of the pile and the first thing to be cut, because the consequences of that will have knock-on effects for years to come. At a time where it is in the media, it's very much in the spotlight. We need our women and we need our minority groups to feel that they're being supported fully by their services.